Welcome back to the Royal Caribbean blog channel. My name is Matt Hochberg, and today I'm going to tell you 10 things you absolutely have to pack if you're a brand new cruiser. These aren't 10 things that would be helpful or nice to have. No. If you're going on a cruise, these are basically required. And when it comes to a cruise vacation, there's plenty to pack, plenty you can buy, lots of great checklists and all that. But I want to drill down to the most important things that new cruisers absolutely need to pack on a cruise if they want to go on one and not only have a great time, but also make sure they have the essentials, right? It's always important to cover the essentials and then you can add on from there. The idea for this video really came about with this idea of you ever go on a vacation and you think, man, I think I forgot something. Well, I hope this video will help put your mind at ease, because whether it's your first cruise or your second cruise, your fifth cruise, listen, you never want to be without the essentials, right? And there's a lot of useful things that makes life on a cruise ship so much easier if you have it all there. Perhaps that's bringing small bills for tips and purchases in foreign countries, a roll of duct tape, in case something breaks, a highlighter for your cruise compass, or a variety of other things. But I want to talk about the 10 most important things you absolutely need on a cruise vacation. And I hope that if you pack these things, you are going to have a great time and not get to the cruise terminal or on board the ship and then realize, uh-oh, forgot something truly important. First up is probably the most important thing you can pack on a cruise, which is your passport or birth certificate. I'm going to go one step further and just simply say, get a passport. Depending on the country you live in, the cruise you're going on, a variety of other factors, you need to be able to produce the proper documentation to go on a cruise. And listen, passports are the easiest, simplest way to make that happen. Regardless of where you live, a passport will allow you to get on a cruise and allow you to sail really around the world. Because you'll probably be visiting ports in foreign countries, you'll need to come prepared with identification. Now, if you don't have a passport, it's pretty easy to get one, and you can just apply for it. And although Americans can sail with their birth certificates and state-issued ID if they happen to be on a closed-loop sailing, that's sailing that departs from the United States and comes back to the United States at the end, I don't recommend it. Passports are so much easier, better. Trust me, it is worth the cost in there. So double check that you have one. Make sure that it is going to be valid also for the time of your travel. That's a common mistake, and you'll be good to go. And by the way, photocopies don't mean anything, so leave the copies at home. The number 2 thing you should pack on board a cruise and get for your cruise is a carry-on bag. Yeah, you don't need to, bring luggage and have all your stuff in there, but the first day of your cruise, you want to have a carry-on bag that you can bring with you onto the ship. When you arrive at the cruise terminal, you're going to give the porters your luggage, and they're going to deliver that to your room later on. But in the meantime, in those couple hours in the afternoon, you're going to want to have a bag with you with some important things like a swimsuit, sunscreen, reading material, even important prescription medicine. It's really important to have a lightweight carry-on bag that you can easily have with you, tote around the ship, and pack certain things in there you might need in the interim between when you get on board the ship and when your luggage gets delivered to your stateroom. It's a great way to, keep everything together, and if you buy something along the way, pick up some paperwork, you can just stuff it in the bag. Makes it a whole lot easier. Next up, I think you should be packing formal attire. Now don't worry, it's not as crazy or as formal as it sounds despite the name formal. People start to think of a scene out of the Titanic movie where it's going to be, ball gowns and tuxedos. You don't have to go to that length. There are dress codes on Royal Caribbean ships, and the dress codes only apply to the main dining room in the evening. So if you elect not to go to the main dining room, you don't have to wear formal wear, but it is important to be aware that it does exist. And on a 3-night cruise, you'll have, one formal night. On a 7-night cruise, you'll have 2 formal nights. And in terms of what to pack for there, for men, it's a collared shirt, maybe a jacket if you like, and a tie, but that's certainly fine. Nice pair of slacks. For ladies, you want to dress up, a cocktail dress or a nice pantsuit is a really good idea, I'm told, because I don't know what's current, but, I'm just going to go off of what I've been told from other people. The number 4 must-pack item is going to be a bathing suit and also something for a cover-up that you're going to have while on board. Listen, you're going to be going on shore excursions, you're going to be spending time by the pool, so it goes without saying, even if you're going to Alaska, a bathing suit is going to be pretty useful for you to have. So I would definitely recommend packing a bathing suit. And on top of that, quick drying cover-up or a pair of shorts is a really good idea. So that way, if you're in the pool or you're coming from the beach and you want to go, you're transiting between your room and one of these aquatic areas, it's going to be very helpful to have a cover up or a pair of shorts you can quickly put on there, so that way you can maybe, grab something to eat or just be comfortable on your way to or from something. So that's a good idea. Pack a bathing suit or two. I think actually having two bathing suits is a really good idea. One you can wear, one can be drying off in the interim, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of excursions that involve swimming. It's nice to be able to switch on and off between bathing suits, and of course you never know what happens. So one bathing suit, you spill something, it breaks, you have a backup, so that's a really good idea as well. We're halfway through our list of must-pack items, and we're talking about Wrinkle Release Spray. On Royal Caribbean ships, you will not find an iron in the stateroom, and no, you cannot pack an iron with you on board. So bring along some Wrinkle Release Spray to ensure that your clothes look just fine after you take them out of your luggage. I think that a lot of people struggle with, after they arrive in their room, they open up their luggage and oops, there's wrinkles, their clothes are all kind of messed up from being folded. You want to look your best on board the ship, and Wrinkle Release Spray is a great idea to make it super easy. Another option, if you're not interested in that possible approach, is to simply hang your clothes up in your shower in the bathroom, turn the shower on, not in the water of course, and then let the steam expand the clothing, and that's another tried and true way for some clothing to be able to get rid of those wrinkles. Number 6 is going to be a first aid kit. It is really important to be prepared. It's what they taught me in the Boy Scouts when I was a kid, and it is a really good idea. Having a first aid kit just in case is a really good idea to have, and these are some basic things, right? To have maybe cold pills, cough drops, cotton balls, cough syrup, aspirin, Imodium, Alka-Seltzer, antibiotics, Bonine, Airborne, vitamin C, whatever really. It's just, basic things to make you feel a little bit better. It's not to address major problems, obviously, and I don't think those will really occur for you, but it's really about just making sure that if something occurs, you have a headache, you're not feeling well, you can take these to help, again, make sure it doesn't ruin your day or your vacation by any means. And a first aid kit is a really good idea. Yes, you can buy medicine on board the ship, some basic over-the-counter medicine like aspirin or whatnot, but you're going to pay more for it. You probably already have it in your house, so it's pretty easy to get those kinds of things, and I think it can really help, especially when it's the middle of the night and you got a headache or you have a sore throat, you want to be able to take care of it quickly. This is probably one of your best things to pack with you, so make sure you bring a first aid kit on your cruise. For number 7, this is something I don't think most people think about, but an alarm clock. Yeah, most cruise ship cabins don't have clocks in the rooms, so you really have no idea what time it is. And if you're in an inside room, which has no windows, no balcony, you will have no idea if it's 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. because there's no natural light. So an alarm clock is really important to be able to tell what time it is, obviously, and also be able to wake up in time. Now, certainly using your smartphone is a really common way to set alarms, but in the middle of the night, if you want to know what time it is with opening just one eye and being able to see, well, an alarm clock is really helpful. Make sure you get one that's battery operated. Their outlets are usually at a premium on Royal Caribbean ships, so having a battery operated one will make it so much easier for you to be able to put it anywhere you need and be able to tell exactly what time it is, and of course, wake up in time for any of your plans you have on board or on shore. For number 8, you definitely need sun protection. Many first-time cruisers remember not bringing sunscreen or anything else that's going to be helpful, but you definitely want to bring sunscreen, hats, sunglasses, and aloe cream. Look, sunburns do happen, but make sure you pack them, because when you're going to the Caribbean, you're going to these fabulous places, it's really easy to get burned quickly. So take proper protection, so that way you're good to go. Another thing you might want to consider packing also is a rash guard, something that'll help protect your body without having to apply sunscreen. Again, you want to make sure you're having a great time and not coming back to the cruise ship looking like a burnt tomato or something. It's just not enjoyable. Don't be that guy, because there always is one person who shows up and they look like a lobster, and then you're like, oh gosh, you feel bad for them, but don't be that person. For number 9, I think it's really important to pack beverages that Royal Caribbean allows you to bring. Now, there are certain beverages you're not allowed to bring, like alcoholic beverages, but Royal Caribbean does allow you on embarkation day to bring up to 2 bottles of wine per stateroom, and in addition to that, up to 12 bottles or cans, whatever, of non-alcoholic beverages, so water, juice, soda. You basically have to bring it on embarkation day only. You can't get it and pour it on your other stops, and you're going to put it in your carry-on luggage, not your checked luggage. You put it in your checked luggage, it's going to go through Royal Caribbean security. They're going to see bottles or cans. They don't know if that's beer or water, So they're gonna flag the bag. It's not gonna get delivered to your room, and then you're gonna have to go downstairs to security. It's gonna take you longer. It's just a big hassle. Don't do it. Put it in your carry-on bags, bring it with you on board the ship, bring it to your stateroom, and you're good to go. And then you can enjoy it on board your cruise, no problem. And the last important thing you should be packing for your cruise is a USB power hub. You cannot bring power strips or surge protectors on board, but bringing something like this, which is a USB power hub, allows you to plug in all the devices you're really going to need. As I mentioned earlier, power outlets are at a premium on Royal Caribbean ship cabins, so you only have a couple of them. But if you bring something like this, you can charge multiple devices, and these are totally okay. Do not buy and bring surge protectors, power strips. Those will be confiscated and leave you without use of them while on board. But a good USB hub can allow you to pretty much keep everything powered up that you're gonna need. You know, phones, iPads, cameras, they can all be charged via USB these days. So it's a lot easier and safe to use on board your Royal Caribbean ship. So there you have it, the most important must-pack items for new cruisers. I hope you found this video helpful. And of course, if you've been on a cruise and you think I missed something important, let me know in the comments, as I think this covers the most important. It's not everything you need to pack by any means. Underwear is probably number 11. That's pretty important. But in addition, you want to make sure you're covering your bases. You got the things you absolutely, positively need that, quite frankly, are easy to overlook or simply forget about. So this is a good primer for those most important packed items. And listen, at the end of the day, you want to go on board your cruise with a good attitude, flexibility, and of course, an appetite for fun on board. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, like this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and while you're doing so, hit that notification icon so that way YouTube lets you know when we have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.